Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York. New York Times World News.
October 14th. 5 o'clock America, New York. Father Joe, Bangkok's priest to the poor, thrives among fellow outcasts. For 50 years, the Reverend Joseph Mayer has lived in one of the poorest parts of the Thai capital, ministering to Catholics, Buddhists and Muslims alike, and never finding favor with the church hierarchy. The Reverend.
BBC News World.
October 14th, 4:54 America, New York, Iran. Video shows forces shooting fleeing people from truck. Footage shows a gun-mounted pickup truck chasing people running away, as mass protests continue.
The Washington Times Stories. Advocacy.
October 14th, 4:51 America, New York. Live updates, Russia-Ukraine war. Kyiv, Ukraine. Russia is keeping up its targeted attacks on critical infrastructure across Ukraine, in a fifth straight day of intensified bombardments.
Mirror World News.
October 14th, 4:45 America, New York. Woman denied abortion fears conjoined twins will be lifeless after painful pregnancy. Warning. Distressing content. Louracete dos Santos has petitioned the Brazilian courts for a life-saving abortion, but they have refused due to cases of conjoined twins being born and separated successfully.
Mirror World News.
October 14th, 4:33 America, New York. Ukrainian girl's birthday surprise as dad shows up at school for first time since war. Sofia Bedrock, who is turning 6 tomorrow, was surprised to see her dad Stanislav as he showed up at her school after not seeing her for 6 months due to the ongoing war in Ukraine. Washington Post World.
October 14th, 4:30 America, New York. Nigerian city celebrates its many twins with annual festival. Twins appear to be unusually abundant in Nigeria's southwestern city of Igbo Ora.
Mirror World News.
October 14th, 4:29 America, New York. Adventurous toddler falls to his death by climbing on toy car and plunging from window. Tragic. Zane Bacons had climbed on top of his car and fell through the Romanian family's balcony window that opened like a door, after each parent thought he was with the other.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
October 14th, 4:18 America, New York. Lineker says he knows 2 gay Premier League stars and hopes they will come out at Qatar World Cup. Gary Lineker has claimed he knows 2 gay Premier League footballers and said it would be amazing if they chose to come out during the Qatar World Cup to send a strong message to the host nation, where homosexuality remains a crime. Gary Lineker.
BBC News World.
October 14th, 4:04 America, New York. China protest. Mystery Beijing demonstrator sparks online hunt and tributes. Many are trying to track down a person who staged a rare demonstration criticizing Xi Jinping.
Washington Post World.
October 14th, 3:57 America, New York. In Norway, Russian man stopped with drones. Norwegian media say a Russian man has been detained in Norway with 2 drones and is suspected of flying the unmanned aerial vehicles somewhere in the country.
RT World News.
October 14th, 3:33 America, New York. UK Defense Secretary rebukes Macron over nuclear comments. The French leader should not have revealed his hand to Russia. Ben Wallace says President Emmanuel Macron revealed too much when he said France would not respond to the use of nuclear weapons by Russia in Ukraine with its own arsenal of nukes, British Defense Secretary Ben Wallace has said. New York Times World News.
October 14th, 3:29 America, New York. The future of Australian children's TV. It might make more economic sense for all English-language programming to be made in Los Angeles, but that would come at a different cost. A scene from the animated series, Bluey.
Washington Post World.
October 14th, 3:02 America, New York. 9 students drown after river ferry capsizes in Cambodia. At least 9 students in southern Cambodia who were crossing a river have died after the boat they were on capsized.
BBC News World.
October 14th, 2:52 America, New York, North Carolina. 5 dead in Raleigh mass shooting. The nightmare of every community has come to Raleigh, State Governor Roy Cooper says. CNN World News.
October 14th, 0:51 America, New York. A sense of crisis has defined Xi's rule. It will shape China well into the future. When Xi Jinping came to power in 2012, he inherited a country at a crossroads.
New York Times World News.
October 14th. 046 America, New York, your Friday briefing. A fourth day of Russian bombardment. Emergency services workers removed rubble on Wednesday from the site of a missile strike in Zaporizhia that killed 8 people on Monday.
RT World News.
October 14th. 020 America, New York. Beijing fumes over yet another foreign visit to Taiwan. A trip to Taipei by Canadian lawmakers grossly interfered in China's internal affairs, Beijing said.
https://globalnews.ca/feed/.
October 13th. 2357 America, New York. Poor berry crops have more bears poking around Alberta towns for food. Wildlife experts. It's not just Cochrane dealing with backyard bears. Banff and Canmore have also had some visitors. Black bear 20,200,614.
The Washington Times stories. Advocacy.
October 13th. 2318 America, New York. Biden to campaign for John Fetterman in Pennsylvania next week. President Biden will travel to Pennsylvania next week to campaign for Democratic Senate hopeful John Fetterman, the White House announced Thursday.